Top 5 trade jobs that will be impossible to fill by 2027. There are trade jobs right now where the workforce shortage is so severe, so deep, and moving so fast that by 2027, just 2 years from now, the companies trying to fill these positions are going to be in full panic mode. And here's the thing, that's not bad news if you're watching this video. That's an opportunity, because the trades that are impossible to fill are the same trades that are going to pay whatever it takes to get warm bodies with the right skill in the door. Today I'm showing you exactly which 5 those are. Whether you're 20 years old, trying to figure out your first move, or 40 and done starting over in a career that doesn't value you, this video is for you. I've been in the trades for 30 years. I've watched workforce trends come and go. And what's happening right now across these 5 trades is not a cycle. It's a structural collapse of the talent pipeline that took decades to build and is going to take decades to fix. The guys who position themselves in these trades in the next 12 to 24 months are going to have more job security, more leverage, and more earning power than almost anyone else in the skilled trades. Number 1 on this list is a trade where industry associations are openly saying they will be short by over 100,000 workers within the next 3 years. Stay with me for that one. Before we get started, smash that like button, subscribe. All right, let's get into it. Trade 5, Nuclear Instrument and Control Technician. I want to start with one that almost nobody is talking about outside of the nuclear industry itself. And that's exactly the problem. A nuclear instrumentation and control technician maintains, calibrates, and repairs the instrumentation and control systems inside a nuclear power plant. These are the systems that monitor reactor parameters, control coolant flow, manage safety systems, and ensure the plant operates within its license limits. Without these techs, the plant doesn't run. It's that simple. Here's why this hits the impossible to fill list by 2027. The nuclear workforce has one of the oldest average ages of the industry in the country, pushing 57 years old, according to Nuclear Energy Institute data. The retirement wave that's been building for a decade is now cresting. And at the same time, the nuclear industry has experienced a genuine renaissance. New reactor designs, license extensions on existing plants, and massive federal investments in nuclear as the clean energy source. More plants running longer, fewer experienced techs maintaining them. That math doesn't work out. The I&C tech specialty is particularly acute because the knowledge base is plant specific and deep. These techs don't just understand instrumentation. They understand their plant's unique systems, its quirks, its modification history. That knowledge takes years to develop and can't be transferred in a classroom. When a 30-year-old I&C tech retires at a nuclear facility, the plant loses something genuinely irreplaceable. Pay runs $80K to $120K. The ones with senior reactor operator crossover knowledge or specialized safety system certifications are clearing $130K and above. Most nuclear facilities offer exceptional benefits, pension, full medical, stability that private sectors simply cannot match. The path in is a military nuclear background, a 2-year nuclear technology program, or starting as a general plant worker and pursuing the I&C training on site. All right, next step. If you've ever dreamed of financial, location, and time of freedom, listen up. My brother Shane created the content growth engine, and I'm not just saying this because he's family. I'm a student and a member myself. In just 1 month, I had my first $214 day. By month 4, I had a $445 day. And by month 5, I had a $519 day. It's a simple, proven system for growing your YouTube channel and earning a full-time income in less than 4 hours a week. No marketing background, no tech skills, just results. The link is in the description and pinned in the comments below. Go check it out and start your freedom today. Trade 4, Industrial Boilermaker, Pressure Vessel, and Heat Exchanger Specialist. I know Boilermakers have come up before in this channel world, but I want to put a specific lens on it for this video. Because when we talk about trades that will be impossible to fill by 2027, the pressure vessel and heat exchanger specialty within boilermaking is a case study in workforce crisis. A pressure vessel and a heat exchanger specialist welds, assembles, and maintains the large vessels that process steam, chemicals, and fluids in refinery power plants and industrial facilities. This precision welding work under strict ASME code requirements. The certification requirements are rigorous. The inspections are serious, and the consequences of failure are catastrophic. This is not work that you hand to inexperienced tech. The Boilermaker Union, the IBB, has been publicly stating for several years that the skilled Boilermaker shortage is reaching critical levels. The average Boilermaker is over 50 years old. The apprenticeship enrollment has not kept pace with the retirements. And the industrial facilities that depend on this work, refineries, chemical plants, power generation, are not going away. Their equipment still needs to be maintained, repaired, and replaced on regular cycles, regardless of who's available to do it. Pay for journeyman Boilermakers runs $75K to $115K. Pressure vessel specialists and certified welders working refinery turnarounds are clearing $130 to $160K in peak years. My buddy who's been a Boilermaker for 22 years told me flat out last year, we turn down work every month because we don't have the bodies to do it. That's the state of this trade. Now this next one, trade 3, water and wastewater treatment plant operator, advanced system specialist. I know this one doesn't have the same glamour as some trades on this list, but I put it at number 3 because the shortage data here is generally alarming, and because this is one of the most recession-proof, stable, benefit-rich trade careers in the entire skilled workforce. A water and wastewater treatment plant operator, specifically one of the advanced certifications for complex treatment systems, manages the equipment and chemical processes that make drinking water safe and treat sewage before it returns to the environment. These aren't simple systems. Modern water treatment facilities run sophisticated SCADA controlled equipment, chemical dosing systems, membrane filtration, UV disinfectants, and biological treatment processes. The advanced operators who understand all of it are generally rare category of worker. The American Water Works Association's research has been consistent for years. Somewhere between 30 and 50% of the water utility workforce will be eligible for retirement by 2027. In some regions, it's worse. And unlike most trades, you can't just pull workers from a neighboring sector. Water treatment operators need state-specific licenses that take years of supervised experience to obtain. The pipeline to replace a retiring Class 4 operator, the highest license level, is a minimum of 5 to 7 years. You cannot rush it. Pay for advanced certified operators runs $65 to $100K. Municipal utility operators in high cost of living markets and large regional authorities are on the higher end, with full pension, health, and stable daytime schedules. The guys who get into water treatment right now and pursue their advanced certifications are going to be sitting in the driver's seat by 2027. The utilities will be competing hard to keep them. All right, next up. Hey, real quick, if you're watching this and thinking, okay, these all sound like opportunities, but how do I figure out which one is the right fit for me? Check out Course Careers. They've got an AI career counselor named Coura, and she will literally walk you through it. Coura helps you figure out if HVAC, plumbing, electrical, construction project managing, construction estimating, architectural drafting, or supply chain coordinator fits your goals, your lifestyle, and your personality. Then you can start the free intro course it recommends. No experience, no degree needed, and get a real feel for the day-to-day before you commit to anything. Students have used this to break into high-paying careers in as little as 4 to 12 weeks. Link is in the description and pinned in the comments. Trust me, knowing which trade fits you before you go all in, that's the smartest move you can make. Trade 2, stationary engineer, high pressure boiler, and central plant operator. Here's one that almost nobody under 40 has ever heard of. And that's a big part of why it's going to be impossible to fill by 2027. A stationary engineer is a licensed operator of high pressure boiler systems, chillers, cooling towers, and the central plant mechanical systems in large commercial buildings, hospitals, universities, and industrial facilities. These are not maintenance guys. These are licensed operators. In many states, you legally cannot operate a high-pressure boiler without a specific state-issued operator's license. The facilities that run these systems, hospitals, campuses, data centers, large hotels, need licensed stationary engineers on shift around the clock. And the workforce is overwhelmingly boomer age, with an average that's been pushing well past 55 for years. Here's what makes this particularly acute by 2027. The licensing requirements mean you can't just recruit someone off the street and put them in the boiler room next Monday. Obtaining a high-pressure boiler operator's license requires documented operating hours under a licensed engineer, written exams, and in many states, practical demonstrations. The pipeline is long, and the industry has not been feeding it. Hospitals and large facility operators are already feeling this. Positions that used to get 20 applicants are now getting 2 or 3, and half of those don't even have the right license. Pay runs $70K to $110K. Hospital and university stationary engineers in strong union markets through the IUOE are the top of that range, with pensions and benefits that are increasingly rare in any industry. After 30 years in HVAC, I've worked alongside these guys on countless projects. Steady, respected, technically sharp. And by 2027, the facilities that employ them are going to be paying whatever it takes to keep the ones they have. All right, this is the one I've been building towards.
Hey, quick break here. If you're interested in a free course on getting into the trades, then click this link below.
Trade 1, the closer. Licensed electrician, commercial and industrial journeyman. Okay, I know what some of you are thinking. Electrician? That's your number one impossible to fill trade? You've covered electrical stuff before, but I want you to hear me out. Because when the Associated Builders and Contractors released their most recent workforce shortage data, they put the electrician shortage at over 100,000 workers and climbing. That number is projected to grow significantly by 2027. No other single trade comes close to that gap in the raw numbers. Here's the reality that gets lost in all the trades content out there. Everyone talks about how great the trades are. Everyone says, go be an electrician. But the actual pipeline, the apprenticeship enrollment, the competition rates, the number of guys finishing their journeyman hours has not kept pace with the explosion in demand. Data centers, EV charging infrastructures, solar installations, grid modernization, commercial construction. All of it is electrical work. All of it's growing simultaneously. And all of it's competing for the same pool of journeymen and electricians that was already undersized before any of this demand came online. I'm talking about a trade where employers are offering signing bonuses, where apprenticeship programs in some markets have waiting lists of contractors wanting to hire graduates before they even finish their hours, where the journeyman electrician in 2026 has more negotiating leverage with employers than at any point in the last 30 years. Pay for journeyman commercial and industrial electricians runs $65K to $100K, base, depending on the market. Union scale in major metros, New York, Chicago, San Francisco, Boston, puts journeymen at $95 to $130K with full benefits before overtime. And the foreman and superintendent track above journeyman, $110K to $160K. The guys who start their electrical apprenticeship today and finish it by 2029 or 2030 are going to walk into one of the strongest employer markets in the history of this trade. The business owner angle is as strong here as anywhere in the trades. A journeyman who gets his master electrician license and starts his own electrical contracting company even a small residential and light commercial operation, is building towards a business that in 5 to 10 years can be generating $500K to $1.5 million in annual revenue. I know guys who started solo electrical shops in their early 30s, and by 45 had 12 guys working for them and were clearing $400K a year personally. The shortage makes every step of that path easier, getting customers, retaining employees, and charging rates that actually reflect the value of the work. I'm telling you, the window to get into electrical work and come out the other side into one of the tightest labor markets this trade has ever seen is right now. The clock is ticking, and 2027 is closer than it looks. Look, workforce shortages in the trades are not new, but what's happening across these 5 careers right now is different in scale and speed. Nuclear, INC, Boilermaker pressure vessel work, water treatment operations, stationary engineering, commercial and industrial electrical. These are not trades that are going to struggle to find work. They're trades where the work is going to struggle to find them. Get in now. Position yourself. The guys who are already in these trades in 2027 are going to have more leverage than they've ever had in their careers. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Drop a comment. Which of these 5 surprised you the most? I read every single one. Catch you in the next video. Peace out.